We're gonna show you how to set up this Deerfamy stove tent in this episode. Stay tuned. Welcome back, guys. This week I'm trying to decide which one of these I'm gonna use to cook with. Either the East Oak or this tent stove from Deerfamy. Stay tuned on this episode of the Smalls RV Adventures. I'm gonna have to get this tent stove set up. All the equipment looks like comes inside of here. Got a lot of the foam out, but I left some in. But everything you need is gonna be inside. And this thing came like really nicely packaged to get everything out. I like that. I mean, I liked it a lot because a lot of the things that you get doesn't come well packaged like this thing did. But let me get everything out and I'll get right back to you. Wow, I'm out of breath. How were they able to fit all of that inside of this small little package with the stove tent? Now that's pretty cool. All right, step one is they wanted us to open up the legs. It sits on 4 legs, which is pretty cool. This step is really easy. This is like the second step they want you to do. And you're putting this in, and as always, tighty-righty, lefty-loosey. Once you get these tightened in, the stove is like nearly done. You just have to put on the top grates and the piping. But these are really easy to put on. All right, this is really easy to set up too, but make sure you're careful with these screws. I dropped one into the gravel and it's lost for the next 10 years. But these screws go right in here and you can hook them up easily like that.
There it is right there.
Let me see. That's why I couldn't see it. Oh, thank God for the wife's second pair of eyes. Oh, we're almost done. This is pretty easy. So these parts swing in. So when you're storing it, it stores flat. And when you put your stuff on, it's pretty cool. And then you have this pipe here, this part here for the piping. For the exhaust, I'm guessing. The next step is adding these pipes. What you said? That's what she said. All right, this is the wood stove all set up. It's a little drizzling out here. They were saying that it was not going to be any rain in the forecast, but it's drizzling out here. Again, we're setting this up for the first time, so we are in base camp, and we try to get everything going, so I'm going to let you guys have a closer look. So I do have everything pegged down. That's what these strips are. And then here's the wood stove and the piping. Let's get this thing started. Right, we stuffed it with all types of wood. Some of it is wet, but let's see. Oh, it's gonna make it smoke because the wood is kind of damp, but let's see what we can get. We're gonna attempt to make some hot dogs for the kids. I have some of my flame initiator and I have some aquaphor. These are type of things like grease, petroleum jelly. They're igniters for flames, so I'm gonna try to throw some of this in there to get this fire started. All right, let's see how this works now. You can see if this is gonna work and how well it works. We'll close this up. We can open up this vent down here and see that fire blowing. So to open up this vent, you just push it to the side and that lets some of the heat come out. So if you're gonna install this inside of something, okay, you can see it heating up there. And I don't know if this, you can see the smoke coming out of the top. That's pretty cool. But let's see if we can get some food heating up now. All right, it comes with like this little thing here. So when this is getting hot, you can just clip this on and take that off. Look at the flames in there, wow. Now you can get your pot. I'm gonna put a link down in the description for all of these things. And you cover the fire with your pot there. And that's gonna come to a boil. We can throw these Nathan dogs right in there. Ooh, come on, get in there. Sometimes it's hard to do things with one hand. But you got those Nathan dogs right in there. Let's see how that fire is doing. The fire's doing great. We can probably close these vents just to keep the heat in there, because it's gonna come out from the top anyway. It's pretty cool. What's really cool about this is that while everything is in there, you can monitor the fire through the glass. It's like very ambient. Like you can look at it and it's very calming. Like if you're looking at a fireplace or something. Yeah, that's Mac over there, keeping them away from the fire. But this thing is gonna take maybe 5 minutes to come to a boil, and then the kids can enjoy some hot dogs. We don't have hot dog buns, so we're gonna use regular loaf bread. But just to see how it's going. And it's going great. You know, this is easier to set up and to use than any of our fire pit or anything like that. I still like the fire pit for my winter camping, but this is a great addition to have, because you can use less wood and you can have it to heat up the area around you and get rid of those pesky bugs. You ever have any cardboard you need to get rid of? That's a great way to ignite the flames inside of your tent stove. This is actually pretty cool. You can see the flames inside as it gets warmer and warmer. I would buy a temperature regulator or something just so that you can see how hot it is inside. But I'm guessing this one is like, when you have this pot over this open flame, it's just like cooking on a burner. And I'm guessing you can also cook on this part too, because that part probably, oh, it doesn't even get hot to touch. I would think it would get hot to touch after it warms up a bit inside, but I'll let you guys know a little bit later about that. Check out the smoke bellowing out of there. It's working really well. I'm gonna let you guys see how much the wind is blowing, and this thing is still working great. Well, you probably can hear it. It's the smoke bellowing out still. Help keep the heat in, can use one of these tops. Helps keep the heat in so you can cook and it can come to a boil a little faster. Everybody's chairs are set up, ready to go after that big snowstorm that we had. Right, it's starting to drizzle, so we're gonna go inside with the family. What are you doing, Mac? The family's inside. Ooh la la. Y'all ready for some hot dogs? Yes. All right, off the stove tent?
Yeah.
Ready for some hot dogs off the Deerfamy stove tent? All right, what about you? Because there's one extra hot dog here. He's like, I want to go outside. Pretty cool that all of the fire is set to stay inside of this well-crafted tent stove. I don't know if you guys can see this, but it's drizzling. The forecast didn't call for rain, but it's drizzling out here. And this tent stove is still really working really good. It's from Deerfamy. Again, I'm gonna put a link down in the description. It's just amazing how in all types of weather you can get things like this to work. This is all that wet wood coming out of there. I gotta really cover this stuff. But it's bellowing. Again, this is the Deerfamy stove tent. Certainly did multiply in size. Excuse the noise over there. They're working on the next property on the other side there. But I'm gonna get these out, and because it's like a slight drizzle, we're gonna go back inside the camper to prepare the kids' food. We were gonna eat out here next to the tent stove, but because of the rain, we're gonna go inside. And lunch is served, courtesy of the Deerfamy stove tent.
Yummy!
We all enjoy these hot dogs, Nathan hot dogs, made on the Deerfamy tent stove. Really good. Mm-mm-mm.
Yummy.
Yummy?
Yummy.
Yummy. Well, I'm gonna finish this up. I'm gonna wrap up that video with a brief overview of the Deerfamy tent stove. Really nice buy. Really nice. Deerfamy did reach out and asked me to give an honest review of this tent stove. And when I give these reviews, I like to go over the entire product so that you can see what exactly you're getting. You know, you don't have to go for my word, just go for what you see in these videos. The tent does come with tie downs. It's 3 of them. Here's the first one. Here's my second tie down. Here's my third tie down. Again, you can tie it up to anything that you want, but I'm just reviewing this video, so I just tied it to anything. As you saw from the previous clips, this is how it looks from the top, from being tied down. The instructions to set up this tent stove was self-explanatory. There was not much to set up. This piece came in one. The legs were already attached. The only thing that I had to do was to clip on these little pieces here on the side and attach the pipe here. This exhaust pipe was very easy to set up. You know, it just has 4 screws, and then each of these pipes go into each other. So you have one that goes into the stove tent, and then you have another small piece that connects to that. Then you have 5 of these individual pieces. Then you have this top piece here. There's no screws involved with them. You just fit them right into each other. What's really cool about this tent stove is that you can use it outside of a tent, inside of a tent, outside of an RV. It's really, really cool. I have a couple of tents. I don't have a tent where I can put this inside, but I'm using it outside. Soon I will get a tent and show you guys how it looks inside, because in the winter, boy oh boy, this is a game changer. You could just find wood from anywhere. All right guys, that's all I got for you this week. Remember, like, subscribe, comment below if you like these videos, especially hit that subscription button. We love to have new followers.